On the new moon on May the 16th or the 15th, the moon was squaring to this north node. Indicator that something unexpected, strange, weird, we could say, is going to happen, and the market's going to have this downfall like we've been seeing. Many layers to this month. The north node and the moon are the strongest layers. Whatever happens and whatever else is going on in the charts, like a domino effect. And I feel like that's where we're at with the market.
Hi, everybody. This is Crypto Rich, working with you to get rich with crypto. I'm joined by Lauren, astrologist extraordinaire. And I know because I've had a couple of personal readings which have turned out to be remarkably accurate. And we're going to be looking at Bitcoin for the month of June in the crypto market or something.
Yes, correct. Yeah. Yes, correct.
Hi, Lauren.
Cryptos, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you so much for doing this, right? And I am serious. I've had a couple of readings with Lauren, and they have been mind-boggling, turned out to be mind-boggling accurate. She's predicted what's going to be happening, and it has happened. And I'm like, bloody hell. So we'll have the links in the description below where people can find you and have personal readings. And
Correct.
also, this is going to go out on my older channels. I'm also posting on Rich Does Politics. This is not politics. This is crypto. Just wanted to say crypto and astrology. Okay. Now,
Okay, so
before we
let's.
before we start on June, because we did one
Mhm.
for May, and I
Correct.
didn't believe you. I didn't want to believe you, and you were accurate. What you said was overall Bitcoin was going to go down for
Yes, and
May.
it has.
And I think it started, it was about $82,500,
hmm
and it dropped to about $60,000 over
Yep.
the course of May.
Yes. Yes, it did. Yes, it was quite a big drop. And it's when I say those things sometimes, and I'm looking at the astrology, I'm like, I don't know, is this actually going to happen? Like what I'm seeing in the astrology and what the market's looking like before it happens, I'm like, wait a minute. But it does usually happen. However it does happen, whatever events cause it to happen.
Yeah.
For this month, what are we in? We're
But
in.
actually, Lauren, before you go on, the other aspect to it, there's what the stars say and the markets say, and then there's what you and I want, which is we want
Yeah,
number go up.
exactly. Yeah, of course. Yes,
Number
of
go
course.
up.
Always, always. Unless you want to
Okay.
buy. So then at this time, I would say is probably the perfect time to buy,
Oh.
especially with the prices has gone down as much as they have gone down. So we just had this full moon. It was on May 31st. Okay, let me just back up for a second. On the new moon on May the 16th or the 15th, the moon was squaring to this north node. That is usually a indicator that something unexpected, strange, weird, we could say, is going to happen, and the market's going to have this downfall like we've been seeing. So during the full moon, which was on May 31st, which was just a few days ago, the moon was also squaring to this north node. Again, this is signaling continued challenges into the month of June. I look at it from new moon to the next new moon, and the next new moon is in June, the 14th. So from now through the 13th, I would say expect the turbulence to continue. And that's also due to a couple of other factors. So during the full moon, Saturn is at the very bottom of this chart. Now, when planets are at the bottom of a chart, Bitcoin's chart right now in particular, depending on what the planet is, it pulls the prices downwards. Saturn is very important because it is in charge, we'll say, of Bitcoin's chart. It is the planet that shines, it rules the chart. So it's really exaggerating this price pull down. And we can see that with the prices going on currently. Neptune is next to the moon. Now, I wasn't sure if this was going to make the prices go, to this all-time high or go downwards, because Neptune does really unexpected things. But I feel because Saturn was here at the bottom of the chart too. This combination was just like, okay, we're just going to completely, I want to say like bubbles bursting, the fantasy bursting, the illusions bursting with Neptune next to the moon, near Saturn, at the bottom of the chart. It's like, okay, guys, the market was going up so wonderfully, so greatly, but it's kind of like reality check. Let's get this market back into, I want to say, a healthier price growth, but just pretty much really what it means is just the prices coming down to be extremely simple about it. Now, during this full moon as well, Venus, which is also the ruler of the very top of the chart here, again, extremely important planets at the angles of the chart. And it was opposite to the sun, which is Bitcoin itself. Again, this is all signifying just pushing and like squeezing these prices just downwards. That's really what the chart is saying. Now, Saturn will continue to get closer and closer to becoming into an exact square to the sun and to the ascendant. Again, this is extremely important. This energy has been building up since May the 13th, the 15th, when the new moon was. So on June the 17th, when it's exact, I feel like the energy is going to continue to be overall negative momentum. And I'm not saying the price is going to go down to zero when I say that, but the overall looking in the charts is going to be more on the negative range. It could go down some more. It could, or just stay around this price where it's at now, which I believe it was 60,000. I don't know if it touched 59,000, but it went down significantly. But just know, I feel from now through the 17th of June that we're going to be either in this price range, and I don't like to say the prices so much because that is a hard thing to predict, but we're going to be staying in this negative fear sentiment, strong fearful sentiment with the market, people panic selling because, oh my gosh, the market's going to go down to $0. It won't. It won't. This is not financial advice whatsoever. But it's just going to be this turbulence from now through June the 17th, I feel.
So like you're saying, it's going to pretty much stay bouncing along where it's at.
Yes, yeah. Maybe, it'll could go up a little bit, but I don't see it going back to where it started to fall about 82,000. Not until after we're out of this Saturn squaring to the sun, which is about June 17th. That's around the time of this new moon coming up, the next new moon coming up. And during June, we do have some other challenging aspects, which is also, it's many layers to this month. The North Node and the Moon are the strongest layers that are just like, okay, whatever happens and whatever else is going on in the charts underneath sets the moon and the North Node squaring to each other is also going to also like have this effect, like a domino effect. And I feel like that's where we're at with the market. And that's why it has dropped so strongly the way it has. This is the next new moon coming up on June the 14th, and that'll take us to the end of June as well. Okay, so Saturn will be really close to this Bitcoin sun, and the sun and the moon, the new moon, will also be squaring to Bitcoin Saturn. So this could continue the challenges of the market. Neptune will still be next to this moon here. Again, the trend can just be continued from where we are now, just continued in this, like I said, fearful momentum. Doesn't mean it's going to continue to keep going straight down. It could go down some more, but it's going to just not have that energy and that optimism to make the market go back up to where it was. Now, looking at the new moon, this is June the 14th, excuse me. Now, during this new moon, North Node will be trining to the moon. This is actually really great because it will provide some relief from the second half of the month to the end of June. My only concern is Uranus will be squaring to this north node. That could be sudden, unexpected price moves. This could also be positive in a strange way, just because the moon and this north node are in a good aspect to each other. They're talking to each other in a very nice conversation. But with Uranus and the north node, it's like expect the unexpected. Continue to expect that anything that can happen will happen in the market. And Mercury also goes retrograde at the end of the month. So I feel like the June is going to continue to be this unexpected. Is it going to go up? When is it going to go up? Is it going to go down? Like it's like almost like each day is going to be like a new day. Like, okay, the market went great today, and then the next day the market just tumbles, and then
So like
just like
a
keeps.
lot of uncertainty.
Right. I feel that's what is going to be coming in June. First half, I feel, is fear. Second half will be more uncertainty and confusion,
Right.
especially with Mercury going retrograde.
Yeah, like uncertainty in which direction it's going to go.
Right.
Is it
Yeah. Like
is the bottom in it's going to rise, or is it going to after a while continue falling further? We just don't know. That's
right.
what you're
Yeah.
saying.
That's
Okay.
yeah. So gonna be a bit. I guess what they say is buckle your seatbelts. Yeah. So that's June. That's June. Oh, and Chiron also moves into the sign of Taurus, June the 19th. That is changing the values. I don't know what it looks like with Chiron in the sign of Taurus
Hmm.
for the crypto market, but that could be a strain on the value, revaluing the markets, revaluing finances. Taurus is finance. Chiron is the the things that we need to work on. We need to heal. We need to. I don't want to say fix, but we need to address the issues that are going on in that area. Taurus is finance, and it could also be partially causing this turbulence in the markets, all financial markets, of revaluing the markets, revaluing money, revaluing finances. So that's also could be causing a lot of uncertainty during the month of June for crypto, but for all financial markets, not just the crypto market. So,
Okay.
but it could be good for silver and gold on the other side of that.
Right. Okay. So then overall, what you're saying for June is the price is pretty much going to stay in a range, like bottoming out.
Correct. Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Great. Well, we shall see come the end of June how it does when we hopefully record again in July. So thank you, Lauren. Have the links in the description below. Do check her out because also you do crypto consultations, is that right?
I do. Yes, I do crypto consultations. If you're looking more for technical help, if you're trying to set up a wallet, if you've bought crypto but you don't know how to move it off an exchange, or if you're actually having problems with something with your crypto, and every individual is it's very specific to each individual, because different things can happen on so many strange levels and ways. So that one, the link, I'll put that in the description. It's a free 15-minute consultation. You can just tell me what's going on, and if I can help you, I will, and I can. And then if not, then I'll tell you that I cannot help you.
Right.
Yeah. So
Fabulous, fabulous. Okay. Thank you, Lauren. Thank you, everybody. Let us know where you think Bitcoin's going to be going by the end of the month. This is Rich and Lauren signing out. All the best. Bye bye.